He's claiming that putting air in your tires is the equivalent of new offshore drilling. That's not an energy plan, my friends. That's a public service announcement.
All right, that was Senator McCain. Earlier today, continuing the great inflate or not to inflate your tires debate. Joining us now, former Virginia Chair Kate Obenshain is with us, and radio talk show host, Obama supporter Nancy Skinner. You know, Nancy, it's not about, we're not making fun of Senator Obama because he said to inflate your tires. I've been driving a hybrid by GM. I love the Tahoe I've been driving. And I ordered the Escalade. I'm going to have one of the first ones. Inflate your tires, get your tune-ups, wind, hybrids, solar, Hannity's on board. I'm an everything, do everything guy. But the problem is he said it would be the equivalent of drilling. That's where he gets silly. Doesn't that sound silly to you? If we just inflate our tires, it would be the equivalent of drilling?
You know what's silly to me?
What?
The fact that John McCain has taken Barack's answer, specific question at a town hall from a guy who said, what can I do personally right now? And he makes advertisements about that.
Yeah.
That's good, right? But the fact that he would probably say to the guy, listen, you got to build a nuclear power plant or drill offshore is even better. But really, the fact that then he later agreed with the statement itself, Sean, that's priceless.
You're not addressing anything.
That's
Kate,
priceless.
let me go to you, because I think inflate, tune-ups, but we also got to drill.
Right.
We also need nuclear powers. The problem with Nancy and what Barack Obama is saying is we're still 70% of our oil is imported from countries, many of them hate our guts. And we still have a transfer of wealth, the largest in the history of the world, $700 billion a year. And inflating our tires is not going to solve that problem. We'll still be dependent.
Well, the key point, Sean, that you just said and that everybody has been missing tonight is that Barack made the statement that we will save as much energy from inflating our tires as we will gain from offshore drilling. He specifically made that point. He even hesitated, and he took that extra step, and he said it would be the equivalent of that. And instead of saying, oh, I sort of overstated that, he has dug his heels in, and he is continuing to pound the same thing, really making a fool out of himself, saying that he can't, he takes himself so seriously. But the other thing, Alan, is, hang on, let me just finish this quick thought. The other point is that on the internet, on the blogs, they are just ablaze with the notion that this man, Barack Obama, thinks that the average American is such an idiot that they do not know to inflate their tires.
First of all,
it continues
Kate,
to sort of distance from regular Americans.
Here, the truth of the matter is the U.S. Energy Agency, Bush's own government official statistics that says it'll take 7 to 10 years and we might reduce the price. We can't even tell that there'll be any difference in the price of oil that many years down the road. Well, you know for a fact that if you inflate your tires properly, you can save. That's what Barack Obama was talking about. You can laugh all you want. Laugh all you want. You can mock him all you want. You can mock me all you want. But those are facts which may be inconvenient for you.
They're not inconvenient. Nobody's arguing with that. We're merely arguing with the absurd suggestion.
But that's what he was saying, Kate.
No, Alan, go back and look at the actual quote. He said it would be
I got to jump in here, Sean.
All right, Nancy,
you
want to respond?
Okay, yes, of course I do. First of all, lots of people are saying that's true, but the point is this. Barack Obama came to Detroit, the economic club here, and told them, look, guys, you got to do better. We're going to raise fuel efficiency standards. I'm in Detroit. It was a very unpopular thing to say. He's been talking about comprehensive energy solutions. Since I ran against him, I debated the man 10 times. He talked about it constantly during the Senate race. He's been talking about it as a president. And what did John McCain do? He went to Houston, met with the oil companies. They loved his policies. They gave him $1 million, and he said, let's give them $4 billion more in tax breaks. That's the big difference. You guys can have fun with one little statement, but the fact is Obama is going to do much more on energy policy than John McCain. He's an oil guy.
Okay, wait a minute. Barack Obama voted in favor of massive subsidies, government subsidies to the oil industry, billions of dollars.
And by the
while
way,
John McCain voted against that choice, specifically because they give too many subsidies to the oil companies.
Kate, when the vote came up to remove those subsidies, Barack Obama was there and voted to remove the subsidies, and John McCain was the only senator who missed that vote. Why is that?
He voted for the bill to grant the oil companies the subsidies. And John McCain had the courageous stance to be the maverick and say, I will not support this bill because it gives unnecessary billions of dollars in subsidies to the oil companies.
On the vote the day that they took out the subsidies. Why wasn't he there?
Opposed to the oil subsidies for the oil companies. That's something that Obama's not mentioning.
For that bill. Because he voted for it, as he says many times, it was the largest investment in our history of renewable energy, and that's the top priority.
It was a huge boondoggle for the oil companies.
Hold on just a moment. We'll come right back with our panel. And Michelle Obama defends her husband's image and says he's not an elitist. We'll see if our guests agree. And what brought Barack Obama to tears? And believe it or not, it was not Sean Hannity. We'll reveal what it was coming up.
Sunday.
Theory have been floating for the last couple of days that look how disorganized the party is. Factions hate each other. And now, of course, we have the breaking news that a speaking slot for former President Clinton and a key slot during the convention.
Really, Alan, Republicans are not jumping in on this. This is something that Hillary and Bill Clinton are handling all on their own, ginning up this sort of controversy. Hillary saying that now... Yes, Alan, she is by saying at an event that she thinks that she deserves, her people have the right to have a vote and they should have a roll call vote. Yes, Alan, they are causing the dissension.
Well, the New York Daily News is reporting that there will not be a roll call vote for Hillary Clinton. But
well,
Nancy,
good for you guys. That's a good thing for y'all.
Thank you for caring.
Absolutely.
Nancy, it seems to me, the Clintons, I guess, are behind everything that ever happens in politics in America. They're conspiratorialists who plan and plot every little thing that happens, right, Nancy?
Yeah, absolutely. This is just all red meat for you guys. We're unified. And you know what the enthusiasm gap, a new poll just came out. Republicans, 14% enthusiastic about McCain, 41% enthusiastic about Barack Obama. That's what it's going to be.
Now, Kate, what I don't understand is how, given the things that people like Tom DeLay and go down the list of people who have said horrible things about John McCain for months and months and months during the primary season, and now they're all going to gather around John McCain and act unified when we know how they really feel, those on your side, about John McCain. It was called liberal by people like Mitt Romney during the primary season.
Alan, it's really a no-brainer for Republicans when they look at the options, when they look at John McCain, a war hero, a courageous man who conservatives have never criticized him for his character, versus Barack Obama, who can't make up his mind. I could go down the list of issues that he's flip-flopped on. The area of most concern is foreign policy, whether we're going to withdraw from Iraq or stay in Iraq, meet with foreign leaders, not meet with foreign leaders, use nuclear weapons, not use nuclear weapons.
Kate,
that's it.
Iran is a tiny country and not a serious threat.
Concern, yeah.
That's why. Never under any circumstances will he use nuclear weapons. He'd invade an allied country, Pakistan, perhaps create the potential of a theocracy with nuclear weapons like Iran, and inflate your tires we don't need to drill. Now, I really want to know your opinion on this. Do you think he is either naive and inexperienced, or do you think that maybe it's worse than that? That he really is reckless and irresponsible?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he is saying what he thinks he needs to based on who he's talking to, based on the moment. But I think a lot of Barack Obama's problems are when he's not in front of a teleprompter.
Yeah,
I think we're seeing again and again that when he's off the cuff, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he should be saying. He says things that directly contradict what he said before. He says things that contradict his wife. But again and again, we see this sort of, yes, recklessness, but carelessness.
Let me ask you this question, Nancy Skinner, because let's stick with three. Forget the tire issue. Do you think it's right to put on the table that we'll never use nukes? Do you think it's right to say that Iran is a tiny country and not a serious threat? Do you think it's smart to say we'd invade an ally, Pakistan? I'm asking, yes or no?
I heard your list, and now responding to Kate, I'm Alice in Wonderland that you're saying that Barack is a flip-flopper. Listen, John McCain was the one who said...
Can you focus?
No, let me finish my point.
Talk about it.
Let me finish my point, Sean. You asked me a question. The point is, John McCain said he voted against the Bush tax cuts. Now he's for them, but now it's back on the table. He flip-flops and then flips back on so many issues. Barack's right there.
If you listen to the question, you might have had a chance to answer it.
He has been consistent in what he said.
That's one issue.
Run,
you wanted your answer,
Good to see you, Kate. No, you didn't listen. That's the problem. And coming up, you know where they stand on the tough issues, but do you know what movies make Obama and McCain